welcome back. I'm very sorry about the technical difficulties we're having. Should this happen again, I think we will simply record and upload the episode later. The music is not working properly.
Refresh.
Yeah, I can't manage the volume on it.
Let me...
Of all the episodes, things could go wrong.
I'm just gonna restart also the stream for the music. It's restarted, okay. So...
Okay, so in the meantime, we can continue. I'll manage the volume once the music is up. So, three of the figures turn
I rolled
and run.
really good.
Yep. Just to recap, 3 of the figures turn and run. 2 of them seem ready to confront Jasper. Gabriel, you use Paralyzing Gaze on the Technocrat. Yes?
Yes.
Iris, can you do me a favor and lower the volume of the music a little? I can't manage the volume on my side.
Yes.
Thank you. That's good. So, you look to him, and it seems that he stops moving. But you also notice that behind him, from inside a building that is beyond these people, you see 3 figures running out and sprinting in your direction. And you recognize the gear they have. They are Owl's Eye soldiers. And somehow they're still moving.
This guy should be cowering in fear right now. Is he?
Well, he's, paralyzed.
Yeah, great. Well, I am going to rush to him and just, I'm gonna... No better way to say it. I want to punch my hand through his chest. Through his heart.
Okay.
Potence. Lots of potence.
So I will have you make a dexterity and brawl roll. Part of the roll will decide if you make it to him on time.
I want to use true celerity to do so.
Okay. You still have to roll,
Oh my God, that's gotta be
I'll take that into account.
So, dexterity, athletics.
Dexterity, brawl.
Or brawl, yeah.
Yes.
Dirty fighting, I think, would apply. Does swift apply?
Yes, it does, because I'm taking into account that you are crossing a distance that if you don't cross fast enough, things don't quite work out for you.
Seven, even with the ones?
So, you sprint through this gap between the 2 of you. And from your perception, you're running as fast as you can, but it's more like everything else around you slows down. The 3 figures behind him begin to approach as well. And you manage to reach the man just before they cross that threshold where you'd have to deal with them first. Can you roll strength, please?
Yeah, and I'm gonna spend some blood to make my potence active.
So all of your potence is considered auto successes.
It's 1 blood per, right?
No, it's 1 blood for the entire thing.
Okay, I have been in too many games where they've played it differently, and I'm just confused
Celerity
at this
is
point.
1 per.
Okay.
Protein is 1 for the whole batch.
Okay. So... strength it is. And then with 5 potence on top.
Mm-hmm. So that is 6.
So 6.
It takes 1 motion, and your hand goes through his chest. We'll get to what happens next in a bit. Jasper, as your ally is about to deal with the situation over there, you have 3 fleeing Cainites and 2 that are ready to confront you, though they seem very visibly nervous.
Jasper looks at one of the fleeing that's closest to the other 2, and he will use Unchain the Wrathful Beast.
Go for it.
Okay, so it's... let me see. It is... manipulation and self-control / instinct.
Mm-hmm. So Unchain the Beast is what you're using, yeah?
Unleash the Wrathful Beast.
Unleash the Wrathful Beast. Why can't I find
It's a
it?
combo discipline.
Ah.
It's a combo
see.
discipline. Unchain the Wrathful Beast, I mean. So yes, it's basically drawing out the beast. But I also burned 2 blood points, and the host turns into Zulu form.
Okay. So, the man, to be clear, you target one of the people who's fleeing, correct?
Yes, that's near them, behind them, so they won't see it coming.
Okay. The man begins to stumble, then falls to the ground. The other 2 continue to run. And you start hearing these noises, bones snapping, and the man's robes begin to shred as he takes on this monstrous shape. One of the 2 Cainites that were ready to fight you turns to see his clanmate and then turns to you and shouts, "He's one of the tainted ones." And the other one is going to flash towards you. And can you make a soak roll, please? With your beefed up stats that I totally want to make use of. You turn yourself into like a tanky beefcake for the last session. I can't not use that.
So
More of a glass cannon.
So give me a second. I'm doing the calculations here.
So it's your stamina plus your fortitude, plus whatever buffs you have.
Mm-hmm. That will be... that's plus... I will use 1 blood point just to activate fortitude as well.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be my roll with just stamina. Does tough count?
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
That is Okay. In, like, faster than you can blink, the man flashes forward. And he jabs at your chest, attempting to do much the same thing that Gabriel just did. And you feel a bit of soreness on your chest as you take 1 point of bashing, before you look to the man as he slowly looks up to meet your eyes and realizes he should not have done that.
Well, you fucked up, boy. and three tails just strike him from one from each side and one from above.
Yeah, I won't have you roll for this. I will just ask, are you holding back when it comes to lethality?
I mean, we could get some, perhaps, some clues or information. So yes, maybe I will hold back on this one that's right in front of me. I won't kill him immediately, but I will leave him very fucking hurt.
Okay. The man falls into torpor, and the moment he does, you sort of pull back, allowing him to just collapse to the ground. The other man begins to run away, and as he turns, he goes to turn the corner where the other three went. He stumbles, trying to, stop himself from running into that area, with a terrified expression on his face, and begins to run in the opposite direction. And you see him approach a quite tall building with these very ornate doors. And he reaches towards his belt and begins to, sort of in a panic, unlock the door and trying to get inside.
How nice of him to get the door for us.
Indeed.
Gabriel,
Yes.
as your hand goes through this mage, and you feel his flesh mingled with wires, you look to him, and his eyes move towards you. Seems he snapped out of paralysis the moment this attack came. And he says, "He's been looking for you." And his eyes then slowly move down, and he realizes what you just did.
And I smile at him and I said, "Good. I've also been looking for you." And I'm gonna rip my hand with his heart out of his chest and show it to him.
You pull.
And kind of study him for a moment as he dies.
Yeah, you pull, and he falls to the ground, and the three soldiers behind him collapse to the ground as well. He looks almost like his brain is not quite processing what you just did. And he looks to you while clasping at his chest before you see the life sort of ebb from his eyes. And his arm slowly pivots and begins to fall. But you notice something. It doesn't fall to the ground. It's almost like it stops in the middle of the fall.
Can I tell why?
You examine it, only to realize that listening, all the commotion stopped. You look to Jasper, and he's frozen in place. You look to the fleeing figures, and one of them is sort of frozen in midair. The other one is being torn apart by this grotesque creature.
Is the grotesque creature Jasper? Or
No.
do you mean the other one that he
The
made
other
frenzy?
one. The other one. And you look around
And his time completely stopped for all of them?
Yes. And you look around, sort of puzzled. You see Enoch around you, but it feels less real than before. And then you see a silhouette. It seems to be walking towards you. Sort of ambiguous. You can't quite make out the shape of this person, but it is a person. Seems to be walking towards you.
Is there something I can do to affect the time around me?
You can try.
I want to try.
Hmm.
Maybe see several different paths or some. You know.
Okay.
I need to look at my shit.
Yeah, this works. Just roll your temporis score.
Okay. Do I add something to it?
Well, you got that merit. I don't think adding anything would help much.
Okay.
Okay. So you reach out, almost like putting your hand out to feel the current of the water when you're on a boat. It's not so much that time is stopped. It's more like you don't really feel time all that much. The figure speaks out and says, "You have eluded me long enough. I did tell you you shouldn't have played with things you didn't understand. And then you went and created some collateral damage." The figure approaches you and
Persephone saying anything in my head?
no, but you sense like abject horror.
You're speaking of the one in my mind rather than me, aren't you?
The figure doesn't seem to address you at first. He seems to approach close enough that through this almost all-prevailing darkness that shrouds Enoch, you see this shape. This incredibly decayed-looking husk of something not human. Your mind has trouble putting it together. It's like the shape doesn't have a concrete form. The man reaches to your chest and taps it. And you feel this, like all the air being pushed out of your lungs. As you stumble back and see the same old man you had a conversation with in the last session. He's speechless, and body language alone is enough to tell you he's terrified. The strange inhuman figure then leans to look at you and says, "As far as vessels go, you picked a rather irritating one this time. I almost feel personally attacked."
And who are we addressing?
The figure looks to you and says, "Where are my manners? I'm the consequences your friend has been avoiding. You may refer to me as an oddity, a wrinkle in time, something that the minds of the mundane cannot see, cannot reason with. And you have made a pact with someone who has habitually and repeatedly broke the rules, flaunted his efforts, and he's escaped for long enough. I can let you go if you wish."
That would be helpful to my compatriots.
Of course. What do you think? And he turns to the old man, who, with sheer terror, looks to you. And then he leaps towards you.
I'm obviously gonna just try to avoid him.
Okay. Dex and athletics, please. And I am going to roll a single die. Swift applies, yeah.
And dodging. I
Dodging
forgot
applies?
to write in. Yeah, there we go. 11 dice.
Chunky.
I know, right?
3 ones.
Son of a bitch!
So, the man...
I got 2!
The man leaps forward. And you push yourself back as much as you can. And the creature seems quite amused looking at this, and says, "Consequences will still catch up to you. You can't really escape the inevitable, can you? It's already happened." He made sure of that. And the man continues sort of desperately, like, crawling after you, and he grips onto your, like, pants and tries to, like, pull you. And he's desperate.
And I'm just going to say... Now, we must accept it when our time is at an end. And, like, pull my foot out of his grip.
Okay. As you do, he just says, "You don't get it. We have to go."
I know.
He looks to the creature and begins to crawl backwards away from it. The creature walks forward very calmly, with a sort of slight smirk on his lips. And he says, I do have a grudge against their kind, but this punishment is specifically for you. But I suppose it won't matter what you try to do. It is inevitable, isn't it? He turns to you, Gabriel, and he leans down to sort of see you eye to eye and says, tell me, what do you think is happening?
I think a force that I have been making use of has come to tell me to talk to me personally. That's what I think is happening. Since he identified himself as Time, basically, he's like, yeah, I've played with Time, and now you're here.
Well, an amusing assessment as far as things go.
I believe I'm not the one in charge.
Who is? Tell me. And he basically sits next to you and points to the cowering old man and says, is he worth saving?
He could help with a task that I have been sent to do, but I think it's a task we could do without him. I remember everything that he ever showed me.
I will allow you a window of opportunity to flip the book to the page you desire. But there is a cost to everything. Fuck's sake.
And in this case, the cost will be me, will it not?
What happened, happened. What will happen has already been decided. Flutter about. See what this little butterfly can do. If you manage to pull through, I will be very impressed. Good luck. And with a snap of his fingers, we return to Jasper. Jasper, you just eviscerated and torpored one of Gabriel's kind. As he falls to the ground, you watch the other one run up to that door I mentioned and try to get in. And then you notice that the body of the mage is still there. There's a hole in his chest. His heart is on the floor. And there are 3 collapsed soldiers near him, but Gabriel is nowhere to be seen.
For fuck's sake, Gabriel, if you're going to disappear, at least one. Just because as he immediately starts running towards the guy that's trying to open the door, getting ready to pounce on him.
Just fleshcraft and no hands at a distance. You can do that, yeah?
No, I cannot distance fleshcraft.
Sad.
You reach him pretty easily, and You can dispatch him however you'd like. He's far too terrified of the monstrosity behind both of you to notice you coming, and you can deal with him before he can react.
Well, he's just going to be decapitated, and now I'll grab those keys.
The body falls to the floor, and the key seems to be in the lock, partially rotated. Do you remove the key? Or do you open the door?
I remove the key. I will not open the door yet. And he will go back to the torpor kindred. And he will use telepathy to see what information he can get out of him about the city.
Well, while he's torpored, none.
So yeah, Jesper will call his beast to him, since he can do that at least.
There is sounds of breaking of bone and wails of pain.
Jesper will grab a body nearby, one of the cyborg ones, and he will rip the neck out of one of them and feed him blood a little, as he also holds him down by the neck on the ground before he wakes up completely. He just gives him enough to heal him out of torpor. Nothing more, nothing less.
It takes basically all three, and you drain them both dry. You drain the three dry, and by the last one, you start seeing twitches happening before he sort of jolts awake in a bit of a frenzy and tries to reach out to you.
Is there anything that can be used as a stake?
Surely you brought one
Surely,
with you.
even if there isn't and you didn't bring one, you have time to look for one. All your threats have been dealt with for the most part.
So I'll grab a stake and stake him down and read his mind.
It takes some time for him to sort of snap out of it. When he does, there's just thoughts of panic. He's aware of you. What do you wish to say to try and steer his thoughts where you want them?
I say him in a very intimidating way. I can make this quick, or I can make it the pain less as long as I want to you. Now you can tell me what I want, and you will die quickly. Or I can torture you.
There's a repeating thought in his head. Why did they run away? Why did the elders just escape? Why did they leave? They should have stayed. We could have faced all of this, but why did they go? And he's like genuinely terrified. He wants someone to save him, basically.
Because they are cowards. Nothing more, nothing less. They betrayed you, left you to be, well, body shields so they could run away. Now you can take your revenge by telling me what I want, everything about where your quote-unquote elders are. Or you can just die pathetically with nothing amounting to your existence.
His thoughts race before they begin to sharpen a bit. And as he collects himself, only one image occurs in his mind. You see faces you haven't seen in Enoch. Elders dressed the same way he is. And they leave Enoch. And he wants to go with them, but when he tries, they basically do the equivalent of locking the door behind them.
So he's not going to tell me anything.
He doesn't know.
Then Jasper holds up the key in front of him. What does this key open?
One word pops out in his thoughts. The library.
Interesting. Where's such place?
The image of the door you saw. The other man tried to open. That door is what you see.
Good, good. And as he says good, Jasper will just, with his hands on his neck, just separated the head from the body.
Yeah, the last thoughts you hear are just pleads and panic before everything goes quiet.
Mm-hmm. And
Jasper's like, oh, that's better.
And Jasper will go up to the door to the library.
Yeah, nothing stops you.
And he will open the door.
All right. You turn the key and you push the door open to see an infinity of corridors. Texts that at a glance you can tell no longer exist in the Skinlands. And it's an infinity of it. It's endless.
Mm-hmm. Jasper will just walk up to the first few and see if there's anything of interest.
You walk up to the first few, and you flip one of them open. Seems to be regarding necromancy, talking about rituals you have never heard of. Then you flip through another one. It talks about how cultism and necromancy can be used together. And then one pretty unassuming book catches your eye. It's kept in this glass dome, and it looks beyond ancient. And as you examine it, you see symbols adorning the cover that match the tome you found with the Giovanni. Only this looks way older than that tome.
Does it look like it's protected?
Not at all.
Jasper very carefully will try to just touch this book.
You'll try to?
Touch.
Yep.
Just put a finger on it.
Yeah, you remove the glass dome quite easily. It's not locked. And you lightly brush your finger against it. You feel how old it is, but apart from that, everything seems normal.
Okay, so Jasper's going to take the book of rituals, the book of Kodunic sorcery and necromancy, and he will take this book as he starts to leave the library. He's gonna look behind him and say, there's just too much power here for anyone. Better to make sure no one else can use it. And he is going to use Path of Fire to start a fire on the library. and burn all these books.
My God, man.
It's Alexandria all over again.
Look,
It
there's
takes-
no guarantee that we can take care of all these books. It's just a danger
It
to
takes
keep them.
no effort for you to nudge at the sheets of paper, like the scrolls that are lining one of the tables, and start a fire that catches surprisingly quickly. As you exit through the door, you begin to smell the smoke building up and the heat coming from inside this building. As you close the door behind you, with your 3 tomes in hand, we join Abel and Jack, along with their allies, who move through the city, following the trail. Again, you hear commotion in the distance. You can smell the chaos, the fighting going on. But you stay focused on your task. Isaac and Caroline seem to stick close to Abel and close to each other as they venture through the streets of Enoch. Caroline seems to be quite focused on her task. Isaac, however, seems to wander with his eyes, and he seems quite shaken by the sights he's presented with. But he mumbles to himself, "Oh my God, everything was true."
Are you with us, Isaac?
Yeah. I'm here.
What is true?
Before my embrace, I had visions. The doctors tried to give me medication, but I knew they were coming from somewhere. I've seen these streets before.
Well then, our job is simple. Make sure nobody lives here anymore.
Leah hears you and says, "Well, I'm okay simplifying it to that." As you venture through the streets of Enoch, eventually you see someone run past an adjacent alley. And they seem to be sprinting in a bit of a panic, clinging on to a sword in their hand. As they sprint through the streets, you turn your head around the corner and you see in the distance there's a group of people. They're organizing, and at the head of it, a few men begin to walk through an opening in the Shadowlands, as one of them stops, almost as if he senses something. And as Ruark turns, he sees you waves his hand, and the opening closes.
Stop. Can't.
Ruark seems to turn to everyone that's trying to approach the spot where the opening was located, and he simply says, "We have invaders. Let us deal with them first. We will not let this version of Enoch fall so easily."
What do you think, guys? Will they? Jack just, like, without looking at them, just goes into his hybrid form.
Yeah,
And
Caroline
that is that.
racks her shotgun.
Can you send me a sense of the sin on Rourke?
I can even tell you. You reach into Ruark's mind. You call upon this entity in the depths of a place you hope never to see. And the whispers grace your ear, saying, "No matter how much power he gathers, no matter who is on his side, he can trust no one. Only himself. But he fears that is only by design. He has made himself the pariah."
Alright, how many people are there?
Quite a few. A guesstimation would be at least 20 closer to Ruark, and there are a few running up to him. You count at least 5.
Well, let us commence then.
May the odds not be in your favor.
Just to even the odds, I will open portals. You know, just like in Infinity War.
Okay.
Oof.
And have a number of people step through them. Just random people that I've met. But I will have them wear some sort of weaponry as well.
Okay. As you call upon these allies, the crowd turns. Their heads seem to snap to the incoming parties, and they draw their weapons.
So essentially, I'm creating decoy illusions of people that are able to move and shoot. In my field of vision, I guess.
Yeah. I caught on to what you were trying to do. As you call these people, Isaac seems to gather himself, and he places his palms together, and as he pulls them apart, you see black flames start to form. And as he gets ready to throw one of them, Caroline basically sprints forward, shooting her shotgun, basically yelling in excitement. A few of her shots do ignite some of the guys that are running towards the group, and she almost does this animalistic howl.
What you gonna do if your child is a fucking scout from Team Fortress?
Your child's pretending to be a gangrel.
Works for me.
Leah
Kids.
looks to you. Yes. Go on.
That was just...
No, it's just a remark that kids are the kids.
Leah looks to you, Jack, and says, "Right, what's the plan?"
Kill as many as you want. Do not die. The one-eyed one is mine.
And shadows begin to form around her as she steps forward. Each of you gets an action.
I would ask to disagree because I'm gonna use Clotho's gift and get me 3 actions.
Oh my god. Okay, go on.
It's into Cold 7. Which...
Is it okay if we deal with Abel's actions before yours?
By all means.
Then?
By all
'Cause you
means.
got more.
Yeah.
Okay, Abel.
Do I still notice somebody running around with a sword?
You probably do. There's a couple that are still trying to reach the group. What would you like to do?
No, I mean, if there's a few of them, I thought that I spotted only one, but then it doesn't matter. I'll just probably take flight for a better overview of the field.
As you allow your wings to come out and you take a leap into the air, it is very clear that most of them did not expect you to be able to fly, and one of them sort of watches you go up and stumbles back before he shouts something to the others, and the group begins to disperse, trying to fight the decoys. Jack, 3 actions.
Yes. Just a second. Just have to check one thing. Yeah. Fuck it. Okay. First action is gonna be using the Shadowed Eyes on Rourke. Is Dex Occult, which is gonna be fucking lots of dice because I have Celerity. So brace with me. Pelese.
Pray to the gods of Pelese.
Yes, I'm rolling like a fucking antediluvian, by the way, on this one. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6. So he's blinded for a while.
And you're using it specifically on Rourke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if I can split it so like less time, more targets, yes.
I'll allow it.
Oh yeah, okay, so I'll blind a bunch of guys for like a couple of turns. Make it like less one-sided. And then I'll it's a fun part of this idea. Every time I use a discipline, I take unsoakable lethal.
Fun.
Yeah, like using three different disciplines out of turn is fun and dangerous. And then it's gonna be Armor of the Abyss. Blood Point, Manipulation Occult 7, which I can make, or I can just auto success on this one.
I'll allow you to.
And it's gonna give me the armor to the size of my fortitude.
Yeah, I'll just allow it.
And the third one is gonna be like shooting some motherfucker in a way.
Shooting, so using a gun.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one's not a discipline. That one I can take.
What gun do you have?
Probably one of the fun guns.
The ones from... Okay. Shooting it. If it is the gun, I think it is. You have limited ammo for it. Remember that.
Yeah, it's just one shot.
It hits someone in the crowd, and they begin to screech in agony. You know what's going to happen in just a moment. Abel, as you rise up to the skies, you see both Caroline and Isaac tearing through whatever troops decide to come their way as they make their way slowly towards Ruark's position. Your decoys seem to be gathering quite a bit of attention away from them. Meanwhile, Leah seems to conjure a set of slithering shadows that immobilize a few that Caroline takes the opportunity to set on fire.
It's worked so great in the pack.
So I am able to directly control 4 of those illusions that I've created.
Mm-hmm.
And I will use those in a way that they are basically trying to place them. What kind of weapons are the defenders using?
Mostly, they seem to be archaic weapons. They're using swords. For the most part, it's swords and daggers. It seems like the gear they have here wasn't meant to fight off an invasion. It was meant to, hone their skills, to practice.
Okay, so I will try to place these 4 characters in a way that if, like, between two defenders, like having them believe that they are flanking it, away, and when they are each make an attack, I will have these illusions kind of dodge in an impossible way, so that the attackers have a quite a great chance of hitting each other instead.
Okay. Do you want to use your action for that, or would you like to do that while you're taking an action? Because I'll allow you to do either.
Yes, I will have it running on the background, since this will be like minimal power usage for me. And as an action, I will use Psychomachy on Rourke.
Okay. Goddamn. All right. I need to find the rules for that to make sure I can accurately...
He will need to roll the lowest virtue that he has.
And he's faced with basically a figment of his imagination.
Yeah, basically his greatest fear. So he probably will be facing everything he has been afraid of becoming.
Boy, how the fuck is this gonna work? Because he's blinded for 2 turns.
He's gonna whisper in his ear.
Tell you what. You reach out, and after performing this ability, Ruark, who was sort of trying to focus and break whatever spell took his sight, suddenly snaps his attention forward. And his face becomes one of mixed rage and fear. He then...
if he fails the difficulty, I mean...
I just allowed you to succeed.
Okay.
And with that, he snaps his hands to the side, and sharpened claws come out. And with that, he howls to the sky, and you see, from the nearby buildings, what can most accurately be described as a storm of ravens, flooding through, tearing themselves apart, trying to make their way forward, as they begin to flood the battlefield. And he seems to be swinging at something, but like he's swinging in at the air, essentially, and freaking out a bit. Jack, you, still being on the ground, see this storm of ravens, and the troops, both the troops and your allies on the ground, begin to panic as they feel these slashes, these cuts starting to sort of graze up against them. Ruark's own troops begin to swing at the air wildly, sometimes hitting each other, sometimes freaking out at the decoys. It's absolute chaos. Caroline seems to shoot at the air, turning a few of them into puffs of flames that just peter out and fall to the ground. Meanwhile, Isaac seems to duck down and try to rush forward past most of the troops, trying to dodge as much chaos as possible. Jack. The ravens pass you. Can you tell me how your armor reacts to ag damage or supernatural weapons?
It's the armor to the level of my fortitude.
So just
So,
armor,
like-
flat.
Yeah, flat armor.
Yeah.
Like adds to my soak, but like you tell me if it's against ag or just up to lethal.
I think I'll just allow you to roll fortitude against ag damage specifically.
Okay. Delicious.
Okay.
Not so bad.
You manage to basically shrug off whatever comes your way, but you feel like how oddly impactful these ravens are. It's almost like they're not fighting, they're throwing themselves forward. And they don't care if they smash up against you and die. They just want to make sure it's done. At some point, Abel, from the sky, you see Ruark. He continues to fight this apparition until he looks to it with his impaired gaze. And he says something. And it's to your despair that you see that that's when Isaac pushes through the crowd and makes eye contact with Ruark. And the moment that happens, Isaac freezes. He then turns...
As it actually turns into ice, or...
No, he
just...
stops in his tracks.
Stops in place.
He then looks to the ground, trying to shake it off, and it seems to take hold. At which point Isaac turns around and towards Leah and Caroline, he allows a burst of flames to rush through. The troops go up in flames, and Leah begins to sort of... She falls back and starts, in a panic, crawling backwards. Caroline, however, has her back turned to Isaac. Abel, am I to assume you want to save Caroline?
Oh, yes.
Okay. The voice whispers in your ear and says, I think it's time for you to pay the price for our deal.
Well, as long as the price is not their lives, right?
Abel, Caroline will survive this. She will. But you are not to have a hand in it. Because if you do, you and Isaac will come to blows. I don't want you to go up in flames. So I need you to stand back.
Is that the price?
Yes. Now, you still have free will, Abel.
Well, he said that I must not have a hand in this, right?
Mm-hmm. Outsmart him, motherfucker. Outsmart him.
The
Do it.
business of law is a
Do it.
precise one, okay? Do it. Do
I
it.
have a real life Malkavian in my game for a reason. Do it. Wait. Do it.
I believe in
The
your
amount of-
chaotic tendencies. Do it.
The amount of lawyer moms in this group is also like surprising.
Well, what if I go and block the fire with my wings?
I'll allow it. Would you kindly roll fortitude, please? All right. So, Abel, you rush down, diving into the midst of the crowd between where Caroline is and where Isaac is shooting his flames. And in a flight of panic, you raise your wings to block the flames. You're able to push through and stop the flames from eating at your skin. But your wings are set on fire. And the flames begin to dig at the feathers. And you're starting to feel it. Caroline, hearing something landing right next to her and then a burst of flames hitting her wings, she turns, looks up to see the black flames pushing through the feathers. And she just shouts, "No, no, no, no!" And she runs forward, throwing the shotgun to the side, and holds you by the shoulders to try and, like, pull you away from the fire. We have to take a very short break. Sorry, it's a bit of an emergency. We will return in 10 to 15 minutes. Apologies for this. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Apologies, that was a bit of an emergency. So, Abel, you basically feel Caroline clutching at your arms, telling you to stop in a bit of a panic. Isaac hasn't stopped with the stream of flames, and you feel it building up. Jack, you see Leah in a panic, trying to crawl away from the flames that are essentially growing and approaching her as Isaac is adjusting where they go.
Can I use the arms environment to point his hands not at the ladies, but at the ravens?
You can.
Because those motherfuckers are strong.
Can I have a contest of strength and athletics between you and flimsy-armed Isaac?
Yeah, the strength is obtenebration plus potence.
Make the roll, because I want to see how fucking wrecked Isaac gets, because Isaac doesn't even have like 5 dots total with strength athletics, so...
He was just dominated,
it's one
wasn't
success!
Fuck is
he? How many
that?
It's one success, fuck you!
What the fuck? That's 4 ones, motherfucker!
Yes! And the 7th, and another 7, and a 9, and a 10. That's one success!
Yeah, so you notice as... Okay, I think I know how to flavor this to build on the story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so... You call upon the shadows to grab at Isaac, and they pull. And you know these fucking things are strong, right?
Oh yeah.
You know Isaac isn't exactly physically fit, so
Yeah.
you expect to pull his arms up and basically remove the choice of where those flames are going. Your first pull, not only does he hold back, but he stops one of the flames, the ones that are going to Leah, and simply places his hand on one of the tentacles, and you feel the flames. You don't get hurt by them, but you feel that the fire burns through the shadows. And the other arm, then, you manage to, with some effort, finally pull his hand up, and the flames begin to ignite the storm of crows that is rushing through the battlefield. Ruark then begins to... He seems to close his eyes, and after shaking them for a moment, they clear. You see his eyes, the shadows clear from his eyes. And he looks to you, Jack.
Yeah.
And it takes a flash for him to reach you. Can you make a soak roll against his claws? So that's fortitude.
Do I add my armor?
For the claws, I'll say yes.
Okay.
Because they might like absorb some of the impact of the claws themselves.
Yeah,
it's not a
yeah.
damage thing. It's a... Do they get
Yeah.
to your skin?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks
Okay.
like 6.
So, the claws don't reach your skin, but you feel the armor being torn off of you to some extent. He grabs you with these claws, and you feel him basically pushing forward and you just see whatever's in front of you, right? The battlefield and Ruark pushing you. You basically see the battlefield fucking vanish into the distance and feel yourself being pushed through numerous buildings as Ruark basically screams at you. Abel, you no longer have flames impacting your wings, but your wings are still alight. You are familiar enough with what was used to know that to stop this, Isaac has to stop willing the flames to burn you. So you know you're on a timer with this. What would you like to do?
I assume Rourke had something has something affecting with Isaac's mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will turn myself into a rock and ask Isaac to stop hurting me.
Alright. Do you turn before you do this?
Yes.
Okay. As you turn to scream these words out, are there any powers you use when you speak those words? Or are you simply trying to convince him?
Well, I might throw in a command, perhaps.
Okay. So you can make the roll, and you can tell me which word you're emphasizing in that command.
Okay. It was... Oh my god. Where's the... thingy. Manipulation and intelligence, I presume. And I emphasize on the word stop, basically.
Okay. As you look to Isaac and you say, you tell him to stop. Isaac's eyes seem to... he has a stare that's... You understand it's not necessarily his own. His eyes seem to soften as you speak, and he seems to shake his head and then look to his hands, and as he sees your wings, in a panic, he allows the flames to vanish from his hands, and your wings are... Well, the flames in your wings are quenched. As this happens, and the waves of ravens begin to dim and slow, you notice in the distance, past where Ruark was, past where you know some of your allies to be, in the very distance, you start to see something, silhouettes poking through the city. A gargantuan, slithering shape that is, for lack of a better word, throwing gore beyond any, like, at heights beyond any building in this city. An amorphous thing is tearing through everything. And it's spreading.
All right. I shout out to people to have them notice this.
Most seem to look to it, even some of Ruark's forces. They look to it, and the moment they see it, some of them start to run away. Like, they drop their weapons and just run away. Caroline doesn't take her eyes off of you, and starts basically looking to your wings, and she tries to check if the singed parts of your wings are injuries or if only the feathers got burnt up. She seems genuinely worried. And as her hand rests on your wing, Abel, you hear this thought behind your ear. And it says, "If not this, then I will take something else as payment."
I had no hand in what happened.
You can't cheat us. And there's silence.
Oh, you should choose your wording a little more careful then.
Jack,
Yeah.
eventually, as the rubble stops piling behind both of you, you feel your back hitting a wall that it doesn't punch through. Knocks the air out of your lungs, and Ruark begins trying to basically claw at you in a murderous rage. What would you like to do?
I would like to ask him a very simple question. So if hell has no fury like a woman scorned, who's worse? And it's manipulation occult, I believe?
Mm-hmm.
A second. Yeah, manipulation occult, his willpower difficulty. So I must spend bit mine, obviously. Manipulation occult. I don't believe there is any specialty that can apply. So Pelese. That's about 3 successes, ain't it? Yeah.
Your words ring out, and he stops one of his swings with sort of a confused look in his eyes. He just says, "What?
Riddled me that, boy."
And he seems to be sort of stuck in thought for a moment.
Yep.
Seems you created an opening.
Oh yeah, I must stake him.
Okay, so you're going to attempt to stake him.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Can you... This is going to be like very based on luck at this point, because there's something that can happen, and I don't know if it will. Can you roll me just a d10, like flat?
Yep. Delicious.
Okay.
That's a bitch at 7.
You punch the stake through his chest, and he seems to harden up, grabbing at your hand. And he looks to your eyes as the paralysis begins to take hold. He just says, "What?" And he stops.
Jack will. Well, he's strong enough as is. Like, the current level of strength he has is like 9. So he'll grab the bitch and run back to my boys and girls. And like,
fast forwarding
like
until
the thought in his head is like, the answer is fucking obvious. It's Irish Amling. It's always Irish Amling.
fast forwarding until you reach them. As you approach where Abel and the others are, the troops seem to mostly have dispersed, and only a few ravens are left, which Leah very swiftly takes care of. At some point, you hear footsteps approaching as a shape you don't recognize appears. Then another, and another, very clearly wraiths. And among them, Jasper.
Jasper, that you?
Yes, and this is
Good.
my little army. And since you were in danger, so I brought some backup.
Good. I brought me a snack.
Yep, everyone present sees Ruark staked.
Also, Gabriel disappeared on me. I have no idea where he went.
Well, let's hope he can find us, because at this point, where's Iris? Where's Olivia?
You hear a voice ring out. Find who? Your friends? And you see the remains of an army. Most of them badly beaten, but still standing. And leading them is Kian, who, with essentially a flare of his axe, he reaches into his belt and tosses something towards you. As it lands and rolls in your direction, you see a dried, ash-covered ring. Jack, you never forget anything that you've seen. And you've seen this ring. You were there when this ring was present.
Disappeared.
No. You recognize this ring, and you've only seen it once in a very fleeting moment.
Yeah.
This is Olivia's ring, the one Iris gave them. And it's covered in ashes.
Well, Jasper, would you fucking mind and just obliterate this fucking place?
Wait, can you repeat? I didn't. I cut it off for me.
Would you fucking mind and obliterate this fucking place?
No, I wouldn't. And just
That's my boy.
And Jasper, as soon as he asks that, he proceeds to punch the ground and activating Coldonism Way of Earth, Kulupa's Fury.
And just to be a vindictive fucking bitch. Like, if my math is right, I can dominate Kian.
So,
and if my math is right, I'm gonna dominate him to sit down.
One moment. As Jasper, as you reach down, your hands, you've cast this once before. You know your fingers, when you call upon this power, they dig into the rock, and you feel the entire area before it cracks and shakes. You reach down, you call upon the power, and there's nothing. And next to Kian appears a figure who seems to be focusing, holding a number of branches. And as Kian looks at you and says, "We've learned your tricks. Now, do you want to surrender? Or..." And as he's about to finish his sentence, you hear the man next to him gasp. And then a sort of crunch, wet noise rings out as the man collapses backwards and Kian is flung to the side. The troops back away, and behind that mage, as it breaks down and almost twists himself into the shape of a handle, holding that handle and stepping forward, looking paler and less human than you've ever seen, is Iris.
Jasper's like,
Iris is... It's not only that looking less human, it's also, it seems that whatever she was wearing, that also looks to be now flesh of some sort. Ever-changing and fluid. And as the mage, or what used to be mage, although given the pulses and movements of what it becomes, a crooked, long thighs, the mage seems to be still alive. Iris looks around at Kian's army, twirls the scythe, and then launches. Physically striking with the scythe through the several of them. And also struck by that first strike. Their wounds lit flame.
There are screams of agony for those who survive long enough to feel it. The ones who are left, not a lot of them, begin to rush to fight all of you. And as the remains of this army rush in, Kian looks around. He seems to put two and two together. He sees what's coming. And you see him turning towards one of the buildings. He places his hand on it, And as he pushes through, he vanishes through the wall.
I would like to not let him.
How?
Simple. I will dominate him.
Unfortunately, he'd need to look you in the eye.
Not with mass manipulation.
Fair. Roll for it. That is very fair.
The fair is very fair.
I love the stunned way you said that. Fair. It was kind of great.
No, it's she has eaten someone who is
You will
scary.
stay.
So
You will stay.
Kian seems to try to resist, and I won't have you roll because what's gonna happen is gonna happen. He tries to resist, and as he's trying to focus, there's a flash of someone who sprints, and Gabriel, as you appear out of nothing, you see the situation in front of you, and you see Kian trying to escape. What do you do as you pass him by?
Well, I imagine I'm gonna do some time shit.
Entirely up to you. What brand of time shit would you like to do?
There's so many choices.
You can put his mind on the time loop.
Given,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
given your current condition, you can treat Temporis more like a mage sphere rather than an actual discipline. Because of a specific
really?
thing. Because of a specific
God
thing.
damn.
So,
You know what?
Have at it.
I have an idea. I'm gonna turn back time.
2?
For him
Wish I could
only.
turn back time.
For him only.
Okay.
While he
up to
runs
where?
backwards, right to where it would be convenient for the team to get him.
Right. So basically, as he tries to struggle, all of you just see him beginning to move backwards. And almost as fast as he got there in the first place, he's amidst his troops now. And Gabriel, as you do this, continuing to run forward and hearing this voice in your head just saying, just keep running, don't stop. All of you just see Gabriel vanish.
Gabriel was not
Did I-
running, by the way, because he just assumed this was inevitable, so what's the point?
No, fair. But you would be walking
I guess
forward
that does mean
because
that
you were
he did
instructed
a
to.
path upgrade, though.
Sure.
Did I feel the specific brand of Temporis being used right now? I
Yeah,
know the
you
vibe
felt
of
something.
Gabriel's Temporis.
You felt something, and it's
No shit.
yeah.
Oh, if it's true magic, I would feel it too.
You don't
It's
feel
a
true
force
magic.
of nature.
Yeah, so it feels like Temporis. Dear God.
But yes,
Dear fucking God.
Kian basically just realizes Iris is in front of him. And he takes his second axe and gets ready. Who would like to take an action first?
Well, just because I'd like to. Well,
Should I?
ST chat, Miguel, ST chat, Miguel.
Okay, sure.
I have a question. Is the X made of metal?
Miguel, please let this.
Well, he has 2.
Of what
can
else
I
would
can
it be
I
made?
can I allow 1 for each? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, listen. Right now, I have plot device
Well,
of that.
no. Can I allow Jasper to have his thing with the other axe while you take care of one of them? I promise I'll make it cool.
After that, you're going to have to let me actually use things.
Mm-hmm. There's a whole army here. So, by all means, perform what you were going to perform.
Okay.
Well, Iris first.
But
'cause,
first,
you'll understand why in a bit. So, Iris, go on.
Well, Iris just stands. And what Iris is currently doing, she's going to be... Am I to assume that Way of Water is active thanks to Olivia?
Not yet. You'd have to learn it. You can allow Olivia to take the reins and things can happen. but-
Probably at this point, currently Iris is not that aware of it, but probably maybe Olivia does.
Maybe instinctually you can do it. but-
Yes.
It'll look like a weirdest
Essentially,
frenzy.
so Miguel, what Iris wants to do is, yes, rain, but with pushing some vitae into the rain. I'd like.
It's badass. It's
I'd
metal.
like. No, you're gonna see why. You're gonna see why.
I have a feeling I know, but proceed.
Yeah, so essentially, Iris stands looking at Kian, and everybody who's has a bit more attention to pay, like to the surroundings, starts feeling something not very likely to happen in this realm. Rain splatters on there. Although, if one were to look closer, one would see that the rain is tinged with red. And this will resolve later. For now, we'll let Jasper and Kian
Have
try
at
to
it.
do.
Jasper, do the thing.
Do it. Do the thing.
So,
Chase the light, Bart.
so, you know, one of the axes is still there, so he's going to use Sparking Grasp on it to melt and boil the flesh of his hand as he is holding the axe.
Fuck. Okay. I'll allow it. I won't have you guys roll at this point. The story is coming to a close. But yeah, basically you see the axe start, like one of his axes start glowing red. As it does, he flinches and throws the axe aside. And in a rage, he looks to Iris, and with a scream, he goes to swing at you, Iris. What would you like to do?
Iris does nothing. Like, you know already what I did.
Well, would you care to describe it? I want to give you the joy.
Well, how would you actually describe this happening? Because to Kian and the rest of the world, the axe exists.
Okay. Well, basically, you guys see as Kian performs this swing with rage in his eyes and proceeds to lose his balance as the axe just phases through Iris. He then turns to look towards Iris, then looks towards his army and says, "I need the attack dog, now!" as the army
Just
begins
pretend.
to...
No, you don't. As he points for his army to stop his army.
Oh, okay. Well,
May
as
I?
the
May I
army...
now?
One moment. As the army moves forward, they clash up against Jasper's wraiths. At which point, yes, Iris?
Well, I suppose now that the rain has fallen and my vitae has spread across all both allies and enemies, we all know that this vitae is more alive and sentient than some would like to have. All that vitae is going to go into the enemy and using it as a medium. Iris is just going to... I'll start with some and will them to become the hive's foot soldiers. Perhaps remind the Tal Mahara of that one time they did let Itsubitsu in.
Well, it's
That
very...
is for the beginning.
Yeah, it's very clear that at first they try to resist, but it basically stops them in their tracks as the wraiths that Jasper controls begin to hack at their ranks. That's the first step. Now, Jack, this entire time, you and Abel just basically saw Iris appear again, and she's doing shit that you couldn't imagine her doing.
Yep.
Like, you had no idea she was capable of this.
That is scary. But also, just in case, I'll skim Ruark's memories with Still the Mind, just to find a way, like, if there's a way out, the fuck out of here. Like, he might know a ritual, he might know a different way, but, like, just in case, we will have a way out.
You know,
if worse comes to
several ways to get out of here. Through his mind. However, most of them, in fact, apart from one of them that you cannot perform yourself, and you don't think it can be performed easily here, all of them require someone on the other side to pull you through.
I see. Well then, like, I don't know if I can do what I can do with it right now. Like, the enemy's army is just like, yo, we're gonna switch sides. It's gonna be all right. So I'll just use the tentacle from Tenebrous form. Where's Black Metamorphosis? Like, regardless, from the combat form of La Sombra, and pick up the ring to give it to Iris later. Because, like, in my mind, this shit's fucked up.
Sorry, you want to use the tentacles to
pick up the Olivia's ring and give it back to Iris?
Collect the ring, not to collect the ring and give it to Iris right now.
Not right now, because it might deteriorate the situation, rather.
I'll allow that, like, without any rolls. That's fine. You collect the ring. As you do, in the middle of the ranks of soldiers that are essentially twitching and sort of struggling against their own bodies, Gabriel almost seems to show up from behind one of them, still walking forward. And Gabriel, you have an action, and you see the axe on the floor that you are fairly aware you need to pick up.
Well, I'm gonna pick it up.
Yeah, but you get an action on top of that.
Awesome.
Would you like to do anything?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I have 0 in melee.
That's fine. Look,
just
at,
chop at it.
at this
just
point-
chop at the
What I'm
motherfucker.
gonna do is try to give myself more turns so I can do a few things.
Mhm.
I forget which of the things I need to do for that. I haven't done this in a while.
It is the... Give me a second.
Patience of the Norns, maybe.
No, it's Colossus' gift.
Oh, nice. Thank
To
you.
give you like 3 more turns.
Yeah,
like
I
3 more
want to do
actions.
that.
You see the trend, Miguel?
Mhm.
So I have to spend 3 blood and roll intelligence plus occult. Difficulty 7.
Mhm. You can make the roll. Sorry, I'm handling something in the private chats because it's pivotal to what's about to happen.
I'm gonna add time management to that. I don't think Kindred Lore applies.
It's difficulty 7. You can just auto success.
Could, but I like chance. I like to gamble.
Gambling. Let's
Yeah,
go
I'm a
gambling.
gamble. But let's see. Oh, 1. One
Oh.
extra thing.
No, that's 2, and you just take
Oh, okay.
the amount of turns equal to half your temporis rounded up. Ask me how I know.
Okay, that would be 3. So
you
yeah,
know
I
what,
get 3
just-
turns.
Just to keep the action fluid, because it is the last, essentially the last
Oh, okay.
fight, I'll just allow it to succeed. It's fine.
Okay. I just want to take out anyone that might possibly be a problem for them before it becomes a problem.
All right. Yeah. Basically, as you all see Gabriel show up out of nowhere, he grabs the axe, and the more keen-eyed in the group can notice that his clothes look a bit disheveled, like more than they should be.
Yeah.
He grabs the axe. As he passes through, he does this wild swing. It hits someone within the crowd that basically just stops doing something they were doing, and then Gabriel sort of mixes into the crowd and vanishes again.
Fuck.
So,
Is it?
it's not time yet. One more loop, and it'll
Okay.
be time. I know what you want to do. I read it. I'm taking
That-
it into account. One more loop.
Doesn't leave it just Abel in the round?
Yeah, Abel, and if Jack, Abel, and Jasper want to do something, I know Iris will speak up if she wants to. Just 3 of you. I know you like to wait your turn, but this is more like open RP.
Yeah.
To clarify
way,
what's going on, the army is struggling against themselves, and Kian is sort of looking towards Iris with an axe that can't touch her.
By the way, are there any like non-Cainite enemies like specters, liches, whatever the hell else they have?
Whatever enemies of that type there may be, Jasper's army is far too large for them to want to enter this confrontation. Unless they're commanded to.
What about abominations?
You haven't seen any yet.
All right.
Does Kian still have one axe?
Yes.
Or I'm just gonna basically. I don't know if do my wings still work. I'll just fly across the battlefield, keep an eye on shit, and I'll place an illusion on that axe and have it fall limp.
Oh my fucking god! Why? Why, Mr. Bond? Why?
Okay.
Well, he can disbelieve it, of course, if you wish to.
Okay. So basically, you focus on the axe for a moment, and as Kian is pondering his options, he just looks to the axe that is sort of just flops down,
Droops.
and he looks to all of you and just throws the axe to the side and basically screams at all of you. What the hell are you doing? You're ruining the world.
Nah.
We're the only ones who can save
I'm just
it.
holding your vampire daddy by the ass and waving at you. Yeah, I'm trying to make him frenzy.
So, as this is happening, once again, Jack and Abel, from between you and behind you, you see Gabriel basically walking, and he looks gaunt. His clothes are almost rags at this point. And he stumbles forward. And Gabriel, what would you like to do?
So that axe I'm still holding. He's going to spend a blood to will potence to slam that thing so far into the floor that nobody could ever pull it out.
Mm-hmm. As Gabriel takes a swing with the axe towards the floor, the blade carves in. And as it does, Gabriel stumbles forward and sort of clutches his own chest as if something's happening to him. And then you stop noticing him there. It's like he vanished out of nothing. As this happens...
Sounds fucking familiar in it.
As this happens, Abel, Jasper, and Jack, from the axe, from the carved shape that surrounds the axe blade, you can almost feel a faint breeze.
Iris, who has this entire time has been rather still, every now and then shifting her sight to one enemy or the other, as if focusing, looks to the axe for a brief second, and then for the first while, and quite a while, with an impossible speed, steps, appearing next to the axe, and that very same size that she made from the mage, she swings it at the axe and it's as if as if reality is ripped
And
in that place.
as this swing sort of leaves this trail on the floor, you can hear the sounds of the city poking through. You look through and you see the night sky.
I'm going to use command on basically the pack because I need a bit of free
Nope.
space, and I'm going to say, go through. I have some. Go through. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, Jack will just before go, and then he'll toss like the ring he picked up, like on a respectful trajectory.
And as the ring actually approaches Iris, she doesn't make a move to catch it. Her flesh just simply extends to grab it, and then it disappears into her body.
There is questions I'm not gonna ask.
Anyone decides to stay behind?
I did also use Dominate.
Yeah, we still can use willpower to resist.
It's entirely up to them if they want to try and resist. So, does anyone?
I ain't.
I would say just to make sure everyone can escape without any problems, Jasper will use Way of Earth, Copula's Fury this time. Hope since the fucking mage is not there to stop him again.
Okay.
To make sure no one can stop them from leaving.
Then you spend.
Actually, Jasper, you would feel that when you try to do that, you'd feel that whatever spirits there's here, they're already being, how to say, they're already being asked to do something.
Well, here's the thing, Jasper. You can cast this if you want. Number one, you need to spend a point of willpower, temporary. And number two, you do feel what Iris just explained. It doesn't stop you from casting the power. It just, you feel like there's something there. All the spirits are doing.
Plus, wouldn't he first have to resist Dominate?
Which he can spend a point of willpower to defy for one turn.
Even if it's high generate?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Like it's just who runs out of willpower first.
But yeah, Jasper, you can do this, but you do feel that the spirits are being used for something. Doesn't stop you from casting it.
Then
Just something you feel.
Then never mind. Jasper will just run,
Okay.
hoping that no one tries to stop them.
You adjust the grip you have on the 3 books that you brought with you, and you make it through. Jack and Abel, either of you resisting?
Nope.
I'm just thinking that I've already apparently lost someone during this fight who I had a very high vinculum rating for. And now I'm forced to leave behind another.
So
Maybe I should resist.
Funny you should ask, Abel. You didn't feel the same sensation you felt last time you lost someone in the pack. Which at least it tells you that he didn't die, per se. But if you feel that Abel would calculate that he needs to stay, it's entirely reasonable for you to resist that.
I will try and resist. What happens?
Mhm.
What do you need to roll?
So you need to spend a point of willpower for every turn you want to resist.
Actually, twice.
What do you mean?
Loyalty dominates 6.
Shit.
Dang.
Okay, yeah, so 2 willpower, I guess. Fuck.
Like, actually,
I'm actually.
spine is almost impossible to break, so
I'll still allow it if he decides to spend 2 willpower points.
Well, I will stay as long as I'm sure everyone else is out, except for Iris.
Everybody else is out.
Well, yeah.
I
will
Essentially, Jack steps through. So does Leah.
Well, we still have the children and Isaac.
I would like to, since I got out, I would like to see through the eyes of one of my wraiths. I wish to watch what Iris is about to do.
Yeah. You can witness the entire thing. Abel, since you are resisting, you make sure Caroline and Isaac make it through. They don't seem to have the mental resources to even resist this. And as you see your allies step through, you look to Iris, and both of you have 1 turn before Abel has to spend 2 more willpower.
Iris actually was already enacting.
So, go on.
So Iris leaps into the air with that same scythe that she's wielding. And first, the ground begins to rumble as it begins to break apart. She swings the scythe, and well, how much awareness does Abel have, I suppose? I don't know.
He has enough.
Not much.
He has enough
Alright.
for this specific thing. I think I know what you're talking about.
Essentially, as whatever's happening around Iris, wind, storms, everything, you know, like different elements manifesting and disappearing around her, and the damage happens to Enoch. When she swings the scythe, much like a wizard staff, so to say, something, a pulse of energy comes from it, and whatever physical damage was happening, suddenly it feels loaded, saturated. And in the cracks, you start seeing that impossible black stone of Enoch starts, in a way, pulverizing. Any abominations jumping up? No?
You do see, well, you hear more than see, screeches, and you see some of your allied werebeasts. Basically, you see a werebeast sort of trying to jump through the buildings and atop of the roofs to try and head it in your direction, and they get intercepted by one of your werebeast allies, who tackles them back into the city. And you, now that you're high up in the air and you're looking over the entire city, you do hear the scuffle. Your allies are basically confronting whatever dangers you didn't get to see.
If there's like, if there's any werebeasts
Again, this
there,
is
like...
1 turn, so...
right.
So, we'll take that you hovering into the air and starting the process of what you're doing as that action. Abel, you see Iris hovering up, and then you start to see, you know, whatever buildings you can make out in the distance begin to cease to exist, basically.
All right, I'll probably use this moment to kind of have the imaginary shockwave carry me through the portal.
And as you fall through, Iris, what is the last thing Abel sees before the portal vanishes?
He hears Iris speak, and he can't really make it out. It's rather quiet. But I don't know, how good is Abel at reading lips?
I don't think he has any specialty on it, but I'll allow if Abel wants to attempt to read it.
Sure, why not?
Perception and I guess empathy, and I'll allow both, since this is most probably one of the last rolls of the game. I'll allow both specialties to count. That is... I consider that a successful roll, so... Iris, what do you say?
No more Enoch.
And with that, the portal closes, and Jack, Jasper, and Abel, you and your allies are left on a rooftop of a city you don't quite recognize. You look around, you see the night sky, cars below, and Jasper, the very moment the portal closes, you can no longer see through the eyes of your wraith.
No!
As the three of you look around, you find a few signs, like street signs, that you can sort of make out what language it is, especially Abel given his academic background. And you recognize that the street signs are written in German.
I know that language. And since it's the night, we're either in Argentina or in German region of Europe. Badoots. Yeah, which fucking part of Germany are we? Like, there must be something that tells about the city.
In character, I don't think you'd be able to figure out with a glance.
Do you have your phone on you? Do you have your phone on you? GPS is a thing.
Most likely, if that thing's not dead after Enoch, yeah.
What about a native European? Would he understand where he is?
You're Italian.
I mean, yeah, you're
someone who's traveled a lot.
You're well traveled. That is true. I'll allow you to make intelligence and academics roll.
Well, if it's Western Germany, like Southwestern Germany, Jack's been there 70 years ago. Didn't look like that. If it's Switzerland or Austria, we're shit out of luck.
Analytical.
Like, even the language there is that comprehensible.
Analytical.
Well, you don't know if it's German or not, Jack.
Yes, but
the
question is
Austrian
where specifically.
Yeah.
And yes, it does apply. Okay. You're well traveled enough, and while you haven't been in the area for, well, years at this point, you recognize this as Austria, it's the best of your guesses.
Hey guys, we're in Austria.
So yeah, English is our best choice right here. Do we have phone connection or phones are dead?
You check your phones. They seem to take a bit, but eventually the mobile data does connect you to local towers.
I would like to check something because the X was, well, the one that had it before was Gabriel, and he was a timey-wimey fuckery and whatnot,
Mhm.
and see what date it is.
What date it is like currently?
Yes.
The phone synchronized with the internet,
It's the same night you went in.
Okay.
it's just much later if it's night in
No,
Austria,
I suppose
of
it
all
would be the
places.
following night then.
Wait. No, the sun goes that way. So technically, yeah, kind of, sort of. We went over like the day threshold. Where exactly are we in Austria? Like, just the Google Maps check.
Main city, like I don't know.
Oh,
the
it's
specific
Vienna.
one. Yeah, you're in one of the big cities.
There's one.
No question is, are we in a fucking Camarilla city, Independent City, or Sabbat City?
I don't think you'd know.
Well,
that.
I can tell you. Well, I can tell you that there's no Tremere in the city. You know.
Lol.
You
Yeah.
look around and begin to sort of try and figure out what to do next. And as you begin to discuss your situation, how you're going to return to the domain, if you're going to return, we will end tonight's session here with a small epilogue to close us off. Gabriel,
Yes.
through countless sites, you've lost count. You've been moving through an infinite amount of places, an infinite amount of times. You look down, and your body is pale and withered. The clothes have started to literally rot off of your body. And you feel your consciousness barely holding on. For the past thousands of years, Persephone said nothing. And as you feel your consciousness begin to drift off, you finally hear something. I'm sorry. As you finally see a pair of headlights rushing in your direction.
And
then
I can
nothing.
finally just relax and let it come.
And that's where we'll finish our campaign of Beyond Armageddon. I hope you guys
But
enjoyed.
tune in
We will
for a
have
little epilogue.
Yes, we will have little epilogues for each one, including Gabriel. Gabriel does have one epilogue as he sort of starts mentally processing what the fuck is happening. But as we close this campaign, thank you very much for watching. I know we were a bit inconsistent on streaming times, but we're going to hopefully fix that in the coming campaigns. We have upcoming projects, so look forward to that. As always, check the links below. Subscribe to YouTube and Twitch. Follow us. We want to stream and make content a bit more often. Check RS Experiments in the SoundCloud link below. He made all the music for the intro, all the break screens and such. So if you like that, you're going to enjoy his music. And lastly, check Sabbat the Schism. It's also linked below. It is an addition to the V5 system, and it is very, very cool.
Delicious, you might say.
Yes. So, thank you everybody for watching. And you guys have a good night. We'll see you during the epilogue.
Stay safe into the night, kindred.
Good.